Hi guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. Holy Hannah, it got hot here yesterday, didn't it? Whew. I drove to pick up my daughter from work and I got sunburned right here, just a little bit. I could feel it as soon as I got home. I could feel my face was burnt. You can't see because this camera has all these filters. But it's hot now, guys. We turned from freezing cold to burning hot. That's fine. We're still going to watch court videos. I'm going to start with the landlord-tenant case. We're going to watch someone go to jail in Wisconsin. And then we're going to watch Judge Fleischer. Yes.
For a while to help me because I was watching Artemis and I was having catatonic seizures. Do you remember that?
No.
You don't recall me having a catatonic seizure in your basement?
Yep, this woman has a lot to say. Lacey, you're early. Hi, Lacey.
In April of last year?
No.
Okay. You don't remember me going off of my meds because of the change?
I do, yeah. I do remember you going off your medication and having difficulty with that.
Yes, and I was having catatonic seizures. And we asked you then, did we or did we not ask you then if Mark could stay to help out until I got back on my medications?
No.
Can I just make a side note? We definitely asked Karen. Karen said that she would talk to Bill and that it would be like an okay thing.
Okay. Do you have any other questions for him?
Also, is it true or is it not true that you texted Noah earlier today and told him that you were not evicting us?
I did not say that.
You said you were not kicking us out.
He said
I
that
saw the text message.
he said that in 10 days he would have a place. And so that I would give you guys that time.
Okay, I saw the text messages. That's not what they said.
Okay, do you have any questions for him? Let's not bring this into an argument.
I'm not trying to. I'm trying to understand because this dishonesty has come forward in court several times, and I'm just trying to see what he's gonna say about, because before I came to court, I had a different understanding of what was gonna happen here today.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to understand what's going on.
Okay. Well, if you'd like to ask him some questions, that's fine, but it doesn't benefit anybody to just turn this into a back and forth.
Yeah, I understand.
And I'm more than happy to give you a chance to ask questions, but once it starts evolving into no, you didn't, yes, and did, that's where it kind of loses.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
I understand. Okay, so can I please just state that for one?
Well, let me just make sure. Mr. Prisons, do you have any questions for Mr. Connors?
Not at this time.
All right, Ms. Tobin, do you have any other evidence you'd like to present?
No, I.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we were close. So of course, now I'll give you the chance to speak.
Okay, so just to start off a little bit, yes, I did move into Mr. Connors' house with his son Noah while we were married. And the whole issues between Mr. Connors and I started because he had kicked Noah out because Noah had lost a job. And I stuck up for Noah and came to Mr. Connors. And I like basically, was upset that he was kicking Noah out. And then 2 days after that, he came in and told me that I was also going to be kicked out because obviously I'm sticking up for Noah. And then he was upset with me and then I was kicked out. Well, he, over the span that we have been there, he has several times said, you guys need to get out, you guys need to get out, you guys need to get out, several times. He's never put it in writing. He said the closest thing that it's gotten to is one text message that I ever received from him stating that I want you out by the end of January. And it was not discussed after that. There was no paper in writing. There was no paper ever handed to me until I was served with this paper right here, so that's already just saying that the system that we were supposed to follow for evictions has not been followed, because I was not provided with a paper stating, hey, this is your date, 30 days from now you have to get out or whatever. I never got that paper. And this was the first eviction paper that I got. And it is, for one, I mean, it doesn't include the things that it's supposed to include. It doesn't, I mean, it looks like half of it looks kind of spoofed to me, honestly. I couldn't really find, I have a friend who had to evict someone, and I saw her paperwork, and this looks nothing like it. And I mean, this document is from 2021 when it was last updated. So I just like, you know I do see a cause number on there, and I understand that it has been filed, but I just don't feel like the proper like things have been, like steps have been gone through the way that they're supposed to be able to legally evict someone. And he didn't file for eviction until 2 days after I pressed charges against him for assault. So it felt like, definitely, he was just trying to punish me. And also, we offered him money several times on several occasions and have bought food. I do not use his water. I do not shower there. I do not use any of his amenities. I do not use his kitchen. I do not use anything. And if anything, like, I will go up there and clean up because his wife is sick. When I first moved in, she doesn't need to be left by herself. Actually, she just got left by herself not so long ago and had an accident, and she was in a rehabilitation center until like yesterday, because she was left alone to come to court over this stuff, like this nonsense. And I just feel like this is getting out of hand. We had some family issues, like some familial issues that I feel like need to be handled in-house, not brought into a courtroom and discussed amongst, people that don't, not that it's not your business, but things that should be handled within the family, if that makes sense. Does that make any sense? But I just feel like things haven't been gone through. And like I said, it started with him evicting Noah.
No, ma'am. No, it does not make sense. Nothing you said was correct. He handed me this eviction notice, but I haven't been served yet. I know it has a cause number on it, but I haven't been served yet. And, he tried to evict me after I filed a protection order against him. Yeah, Kelly, we paused it to let her breathe.
And then as soon as I was like on his radar and he was upset with me, then it was me and Mark, and we got just handed this, which we never got served papers by a sheriff for eviction whatsoever. We literally got handed this to him by this. He handed this to me after he waited for me to come out of the bathroom one day, days after, like on the 11th or 12th. He filed it on the 6th and didn't give it to me until the 11th or 12th. Which didn't give me like much time to prepare or anything for court. But he handed it to me in the kitchen and served it to me himself and said, "This is what this is, and this is what the wording is off. It's a little bit weird or whatever, and this is what this is. It's an eviction.
I'm suing you.
I'm not suing you." And then he said, "I'm not planning on suing you." And and he didn't even give it to Mark. He didn't know that Mark was behind me in the stairwell, listening in. And then so Mark came up to the kitchen because he knows that I get nervous around Mr. Connors. So he entered the situation and was like, because he gave it to me for me and Mark, obviously. And he served it to us himself. He never had it served to us like you're supposed to. Like, he just hasn't gone through the proper venues, I feel like, that he's supposed to be.
For people studying law, he can serve her. You don't have to get a sheriff to serve her.
Able to do this. He just tried to get it like done, like, okay, whatever, and like wash his hands of things. And I just don't feel like that's very fair, considering the fact that I am his son's like dependent. And I am disabled as well. And I have had a lot of mail from Social Security get held back for actually my mail, and I am power of attorney over my uncle. My mail has been stolen. It has been taken. It has been completely like kept from me for months. I just got mail from November, like last month. And I had all this stuff from Social Security, and I had appointments that I missed, and I don't even know I'm gonna have to wait to reapply for Social Security. So now I don't even have that money that's gonna be coming in hopefully relatively soon. And not only that, but he gave us bed bugs. Nobody wants us to move in with them, like into any place when you have bed bugs. And he purposefully, like he had an exterminator come in and do the whole entire upstairs, but would not touch the downstairs. So they all crawled down to the basement, and we had no bed bugs before then. So how am I supposed to move into anywhere when I have bed bugs? Nobody's gonna allow it. Like, it's not something that is going to be doable. Nobody wants you to move in when you have bed bugs. And I mean, it's just story after story, like them stealing my stuff, his wife stealing my things, going through my things. There's no privacy whatsoever. I've been walked in on 100 times because they wouldn't keep the door closed to where our area is supposed to be. And I even wrote a note like, hey, this is, like there's a lack of privacy here. We have some kind of rights, what's like, I understand you're helping us out, but like there has to be some kind of boundaries here, And I tried to establish boundaries. And in the beginning, I was very helpful. I had made dinner almost every night in the beginning. And I did like pretty much all of Karen's chores. Still to this day, if Karen needs to do laundry or anything like that, I help her with all of that because she has a hard time getting up and down the stairs. Like, I've been very helpful, and I've been honestly very kind considering the fact that I've been very, not very underappreciated. So this is like really kind of a slap in the face to me.
You're right, Ginny. It sounds like, well, why in the world would she even want to stay there? Ew. Bed bugs had me. She sounds like the problem, though, not the bugs. I might rather live with the bed bugs. I don't know, though.
And the whole reason that this even began is because I found out that he was going to be claiming me on his taxes as a dependent without discussing it with me. And I told him that I was going to be like telling the IRS like that I didn't okay that, and that wasn't okay because I'm at my dad's 3 nights a week anyways, 3 or 4 nights a week anyways, and I'm not even there all the time. But I have to be there during Noah's work days because I have to be there to watch our son, and I have nowhere else to like live with my son. So I have to be there, to help take care of him so his dad can go to work.
If you don't work, you do have the chance of getting evicted. That's just how life works. Bren, you going to work today? Hey, Bren, are you going to work today?
So I'm there very minimally, and I don't get in his space. I don't go up there. You can ask him, I will wait hours. I literally held my pee for 12 hours before just because I don't want to go upstairs to use the bathroom. I don't use their kitchen. I don't eat their food. I don't take anything out of their fridge. I don't use any of their amenities. Like, I don't even get tap water.
I don't eat their food. I don't take anything out of their fridge. You're sort of not supposed to eat other people's food and take stuff out of their fridge. That's a normal human being.
Out of the faucet. And they don't even pay for water.
Still in pain?
So like, and the only like electronic stuff that I do is I charge my phone and I let my son watch TV. Like, other than that, I don't mess with any of his stuff. I don't touch it. I've been very respectful, even though I have not been respected and my things have not been respected. I've woken up in the middle of the night, literally to his wife going through my drawers. And I know that my mail just went through a couple of days ago because there's mail that was pulled down and put in mail in like my this stuff that I just filed. And it's just like, it's a mess. The whole thing is just a mess. Like, there's a complete lack of privacy. He hasn't, and I was told that when we moved in, that the upstairs bedroom, the extra bedroom would be turned into my daughter's bedroom so that I could have my other daughters there. I haven't seen them in a year because that bedroom was not made into, that I was promised, was not made into a bedroom, and there's no room for them to be. So I can't even see my kids. And I just feel like I kind of got the crap end of the stick. And we had offered him money several times for several things, and we buy food all the time. And we make more meals than they do. And like, we never eat their food if they cook. We only eat if we cook. We don't take anything from them whatsoever. We really don't. Like, so I just don't see what the big issue is here. I understand that Mr. Connors doesn't like me, apparently. Like, That's pretty easy to tell. But considering our agreement when I first moved in and to what it's become, I just don't feel like his end of the bargain was kept up at all, and I feel like I'm getting screwed. Like I'm disabled and I can't get my social security because they're keeping my mail from me.
I don't understand why though, Bren. I had solid food yesterday and it was delicious.
Are you saying
So how much longer until you can eat food? Do you need a surgery before you can?
the agreement was?
The agreement was that we were gonna move in, they were gonna help us get on our feet, and I would help around the house and help with Karen a little bit.
Okay, and did this have any end date?
Nope, there was no end date.
So, so what are you asking me to do?
I'm asking you to at least make him go through the proper process
Are
of.
you saying the proper processes that hasn't been followed? Like, I want to make sure that I understand, because you're saying you were handed the documentation, but not by the sheriff, and that somehow changes the.
Well, no, even from the very beginning, like the first paperwork, like, hey, here's your paper, you have 30 days to get out. Like, I was never even handed that paper. Like, it was just all like, oh yeah, like, but he said it all the time. And I even talked to his son, and like, he just says stuff when he gets mad. Because he's a little bit of like, he has a little bit of a hot temper. And then he would say all the time, like over the whole span that we lived there, every like other month, he's telling us that he's gonna kick us out. And so like when it was said, it was just like one of those things where we were just like, oh, he's, he said he's gonna kick me out again or whatever. And like it was said, but it wasn't put in writing. It wasn't handed to me. It wasn't an official document like him saying, look, I'm really evicting you. Here's your piece of paper. Here's your notice. You need to get out in 30 days. Otherwise, I'm going to have to take this to the next level and go, and make sure that you're out. And like, even from the very beginning, like the first step in general, like that wasn't even followed. He just came in with like this piece of paper, didn't do any of the other paperwork that was assigned, that is supposed to be like connected to it. Like it was very like done very shoddily. I mean, it's like a copy of like 20,000 other copies of a copy of a copy. He's asking to sue for $10,000. His basement is not worth $10,000. Like there's not an escape route like out of the window, and he put us in the basement after being told we were going to be put upstairs. So like it's just like the whole thing, and I mean there's black mold in the ceiling. It's just there's like a lot of issues, and obviously we want to get out as soon as possible. And we are looking at houses this week, and we have been looking at houses and like having viewings and stuff, but it's not as fast as he wants it to be because we have to have the money to.
Bren, you know how like some of the foods that Americans say in chat might be a good idea to try someday? Cheese Whiz is just not one of those foods. I feel like if you don't live in America, you have a special love for cheese. Don't eat Cheese Whiz if you have a special love for cheese, because it's not cheese.
Be able to bomb the basement to pay somebody to come out, and which probably what we should do is pay somebody to come out and spray so that we don't take those bed bugs, and who knows what all is ruined.
Remember, the question the judge asked her was, what was wrong with the paperwork? That was the question.
From having those, because as you know, you pretty much have to scrap everything. And he said the basement is full of stuff. For a year and a half, we lost all of our stuff when we moved because our families were supposed to help us move. And when they got there, none of them helped us move. So we had to leave pretty much a whole house full of stuff behind. So for a year and a half, I was collecting things and shopping online and like on Shein or, Temu. I'm sure you've heard of those. Like, and just getting like good deals on, like kitchen stuff or rugs for the house or plates or, just it's all household stuff that I bought, and it's stacked up against this wall. He did say something about it before to me. So what I did that he thought that it was a fire hazard because it might get in the walkway, which in my opinion, it wasn't in the walkway because there was still a clear walkway through, but I still went in and I just to make him happy. I went through everything. I reorganized it. I packed it up against the wall even more. It looks a whole lot better than it did. Like, I've tried to be like more accommodating and tried to be respectful, but like, I just feel like no matter what I do, it's just, I don't really know where to go from there. I'm trying to do what needs to be done just to, get out of there. And honestly, I don't like the environment, obviously, because of some of the things that have happened anyway. So like, I do want to be out of there. So as soon as I'm capable of getting out of there, I will. But like I said, when they're withholding my mail and withholding my uncle's mail, and because I'm his power of attorney, I have to get that mail. Like, and they're withholding my mail and not giving it to me for months. And I have all these social security things, like that sets me back. If he wants me out of his house so bad, why is he claiming me on taxes? Why couldn't my husband do that so that he could get more money so that we would have more money to move? It makes no sense to me. It just doesn't. If he wanted to be so helpful, then why is he trying to cost me more money and trying to ruin all my things? If bed bugs are in all of those things, there's probably at least $5,000 worth of stuff down there that was ordered online that is just completely ruined because there's bed bugs in it. So what am I supposed to do then? Now I have a house, but I don't have anything to put in it, and it's beds and everything. Like, my kids won't even have beds to sleep in because he knew that they would come downstairs, and he decided that he wasn't going to bomb the base or have the basement treated. And I feel like that was just kind of cruel. Like, everybody knows that if you spray upstairs, they're going to come downstairs. So it was just like, he's just done a lot of things that I feel like are kind of like cruel and out of pocket. And I just don't think that it's very like professional of him. And I understand it's supposed to be a family, like, but even on like a level of respect or like anything like that, like, I just feel like it's just been done so dirty. And I just want, like, what's right to be done. That's all that I care about.
All right. Ms. Tobin, do you have any questions for Ms. Logos?
Yes. You do admit to receiving a text on or about December 26th asking you to leave by the end of January.
He did text me when he was angry, telling me to leave by the end of January.
And if you're so miserable there, why are you wanting to stay?
I think I explained that when I talked to the judge, but I don't want to stay. I want to get out of there. It's just about having the time to find some place because, like I said, I'm his son's dependent, and they have kept my checks stuff from me for my social security. So
you've lived there for give or take 15 months, correct?
Yes.
How long does it take for you to get on your feet?
All right, hold on. We got to try to figure something out. She is his son's dependent, most likely because of a medical issue. I'm guessing. But she is the caregiver of, so I can't remember. There was an adult that she is taking care of. So she is being taken care of by his son, but she is in charge of taking care of this other adult, not his wife. And she's married. You don't normally claim your wife as a dependent, but she wants her husband to claim her as a dependent. There's just no way he claimed her as a dependent. Because you can't just claim someone as a dependent. You can't just claim someone off the street as a dependent. And she's clearly an adult. All right, you know what? I'm not going to try to figure this out. I'm just going to press play. We only have 3 more minutes, which means the judge makes a very quick decision on this one.
You can ask his son that question, who's not here.
Well,
I'm his son. I am his son's dependent. So
you're over 18, correct?
I'm also disabled.
So, but you're over 18.
Yes, I'm over 18, but
so how long does it take to get on your feet?
I I don't know, he's taking my money that what my husband was supposed to be owed because I'm his dependent.
Just because you're disabled doesn't mean that someone has to claim you on their taxes. Or
So how long is it gonna take
I
him?
have no further questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Kuznis, is there anything you'd like to tell me?
No, I just, everything she said, she pretty much covered all of it. It's all just, the process has been wild. It's something I've not, I mean, there's, like she said, the due process didn't happen, in my opinion, either. You know, and I've had things taken from me also. I mean, I had a $900 tester from my old job that I had to end up paying for because it just came up missing one day. Like, it just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen like that. And, you know, it's wild to me that, you know, I never got a text either. I never got a text of any kind like that. You know, he wasn't even going to bring me up with this until he saw me around the corner, you know? So it's just, that's really all I gotta say about it.
Okay. Mr. Hubbard, any questions, Mr. Kuznis?
No.
All right. So here's where I come down on the situation is that generally speaking, evictions deal with landlord-tenant situations. This isn't that. This isn't a landlord-tenant. This is, I think, both parties have talked about it. This was, you know, kind of helping the family get on their feet. But at the end of the day, Mr. Connors is obligated to maintain a status for the property that he owns. If he chooses to have people in the property, chooses not to have people in the property, he's entitled to do that. Law provides for him to be able to do that. So I'm going to find that he's entitled to possession of the property. Will be effective in 2 weeks on March 31st, no later than 5 p.m. We'll confirm the hearing for April 23rd at 2:30 p.m. All right, good luck, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
I can't believe they lost after all they said. All the evidence they provided. There's tons of evidence. So like that woman, while her husband was being asked questions by that lady, like you could see and feel her expression. She was just like tapping her pen to her mouth. It's like when a mom sees their kid get yelled at and they have to shut up and let their kid be yelled at because their kid did something wrong, or their kid they have to go through that situation. You have to step back and you have to shut up and let your kid go through that. She just sat there and let her husband get asked questions by this lady, and she was like, you could see her face. All right. Yeah, the judge is crazy on that one. Phew. How much more evidence do you need, Judge? All right, now we're going to go to Wisconsin.
Allen A.B. Taylor, where the Supreme Court said that the court should impose the minimum amount of incarceration that is consistent with the sentencing factors. And I don't think rehabilitation is one of the important sentencing factors, but I don't think forced incarceration or incarceration to force him to go into treatment is the appropriate way to approach it, because he would be free to not involve himself in treatment if he were in prison. So I think a prison sentence, in my opinion, is way over the top in terms of sentencing. And I say that because of the next important factor. That is that Mr. Fox sits before you at age 39, and really the first time he spent any considerable amount of time in jail or in prison was when he was brought in on his revocation proceedings in September of last year. And so I calculated that he's been in jail.
I would
With-
object to that amount, seeing as the court cannot take sentence credit into consideration when imposing a sentence.
Can you just save that, counsel? I'm really not supposed to know that. I mean, I can compartmentalize, but
Okay. Well, I understand the distinction, and I'm not making an argument for sentence credit right now. The argument is going to be the pretrial incarceration that Mr. Fox has already endured has had the desired punitive effect on him. With being in jail, we don't need to talk about the numbers, but we can just say this is Mr. Fox's first time in jail, and it's had the desired punitive effect on him. I can assure you of that, and I think he will express that to you. And
Do you think he's related to Megan? Does he look like her?
And for that reason, the amount of time that I think is appropriate is 180 days in jail, or in other words, 6 months in jail, basically straight time. And that has opened up Mr. Fox's eyes to the need to take his situation seriously. And I believe he is taking his situation seriously. If he were to go to prison, he would go to prison on the bail jumping count, which certainly is not the crime of the century. And given, and I
Linus, get out of my dream. Right now.
think it's important to point out that, considering the facts of the bail jumping, this was not a situation of Mr. Fox preying upon other people, engaging in violent behavior, or anything of that nature. It was his inability to stay away from drugs that constituted the violation of the bail condition.
so, counsel, I hate to interrupt you while you're arguing, but why do you say he would only go to prison on the bail jump? But there's a conviction for the narcotic drugs in the 23 CF 425. I just want to make sure
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm tracking you.
Yes, that's
Okay.
right. That is correct.
All right.
And yeah, we're going to get to that. And until Mr. Fox has been a law-abiding citizen, a family man, a working man for the first 38 years of his life. He was married. He has 3 children that he was supporting. He was working. He's close with his mother and father. His mother is here in court today with other family members. Everybody you see out there, I believe, is in support of Mr. Fox. And I understand. And what prompted this bad behavior back in September was the fact that his father passed away. He was very close with his father, and that's what sent him back into the clutches, I guess, of his drug and alcohol problems. Not that that is an excuse, but I think it is an explanation for his bad behavior. And I think it also demonstrates that it is an unusual circumstance, not his chronic behavior. His chronic behavior is what he did for the first 38 years of his life, which is do everything correctly. So I don't think we need to jump from failing on probation for being unable to stay away from drugs to a pretty punitive sentence of 18 months in prison. I just believe that's way too much time.
So just remember, guys, a few days ago we saw a guy driving over 100 miles an hour away from the police, where his wife is in a separate car in a Jeep and jams herself in between her husband and the police officer and brake checks the police officer and then rides in the middle of the road in between 2 lanes so that the police officer can't get around her to get her husband. And he's driving 100 miles an hour to get away from the police officer. The wife, no charges. The husband, what was it? It was like, oh, you should have done that. You should have done that. Here's a fine. I know it was nothing. Then this judge, I think same day, I don't remember though. I know it was during my same live stream, but I don't know if it was the same day. This adult man was at a soccer or baseball or softball tournament with a whole bunch of other soccer parents. I'm just going to use soccer. I don't remember what sport it was. It doesn't matter. And all the little girls. And he started dancing in front of one of them. And he put his arm out. Okay, so like a whole bunch of the girls were standing at the bottom of the stairwell. And the parents were there. The parents were all here around too. He wasn't alone with these girls. And one of the girls tried to leave the stairwell. He put his arm out and blocked her for just a moment. Probably said something like, "Password, please." He did pick up one of the girls, which I think did cross a line. But if you listen to his testimony, he had picked this child up in the past. The child was asked to be picked up by him in the past, and the judge is like, "Oh yeah, clear and convincing evidence. You need a protection order." So I wonder, I don't even know what this guy's going to do with this guy. Probation violation, which means he's already broke the law. And this was put on probation, as an alternative to jail sentence for that crime. And now he broke the law while he's on probation. Oof. Tina is on a 105 stream streak on Twitch. Thank you, Tina.
So that's why I'm recommending 6 months straight time in the county jail. And as you may know, he has another sentencing after revocation coming up in Dodge County in April. So I don't think he would.
Yes, he did go into a hotel room, T. But if you've ever been to one of these things, they all get this big block of hotel rooms. And then all of the parents and all of the kids are in and out of all of the hotel rooms the whole time. Especially him. Because he didn't have his own hotel room. So for his daughter to go and interact with the rest of the team, they would both be in and out of all the rest of the hotel rooms. Because he didn't have one. Bren, you are right. Gosh, men... We never let them talk and we never hear men speak in this world. They are definitely used to being censored.
Would be, even if the court followed my recommendation, I don't think he would be released today. He would stay in custody until he's sentenced in Dodge County, which would be another roughly 30 days of time in jail. He's ready to come out. The sentence or the time in jail has had the desired punitive effect. I know he's resolved to address his drug and alcohol problems. He was able to identify a fairly obvious trigger for his behavior, and like I said, hopefully that kind of thing doesn't happen very often. So my recommendation is 6 months in jail.
Mr. Fox, sir, is there anything you want to say before the court sentences you?
It does suck when Bren gets yeeted. When his comments get yeeted so hard because he's clever. He comes out of left field sometimes and you don't even know it's coming. And we're missing it all.
Oh, I had a lot of time to sit and think. A lot of time. Certainly with my dad dying, and just want to get back to work, help support my kids. Definitely never sat in jail like this before. It's definitely an eye opener. I think I would like some therapy, some counseling.
Say that again.
I'd like some counseling, not jail time. Someone to help talk me through my issues.
So there's been reference made to the galleon factors. But maybe not before, but there's also these other principles always at play at a sentencing. For instance, if, well, first of all, we always consider probation. Court's required to first consider probation. And that, I mean, we tried that here. You know, now these threshold cases, I consider this one of those threshold cases where do we use the prison system? Do we stay local? Use the jail? And there's we really have to be thoughtful about this. Mr. Fox, I don't think I'm going to I know I'm not going to place a premium on punishment here.
Just a real quick. So in Wisconsin, there was this case, the state versus Galleon. So what he said, the Galleon factors, he's looking at like three things basically. He's looking at like, what was the crime? Was it a bad crime? Or, you know, she's starving and she took a piece of bread. Or she's walking down the street and she just punched this other lady for no reason. So what was the crime? Was it bad? What was what was her past like? Her criminal past? Juvenile? Does she have any juvie crimes? I mean, and the biggest one is the public protected from this individual? So in Wisconsin, when a judge looks at how long people go to jail, if they go to jail, those are the three main things that they look at. Oh, and they also have to give them the least amount of time to get the point across.
What happens as a result of the convictions might have feel in the quality of punishment, but I'm telling you, sir, that is not. There's going to be there's a deterrence that the court wants to make sure is reflected in the sentence. But you know, you're not the sort of, everything I'm hearing and reading here suggests to me that this case isn't one of these cases that's should be predominantly about punishment. You're a danger to yourself, and I think as a consequence, you're a danger to other people by virtue of your AODA challenges. I think this sounds to me like it's very prominent in your life. It's complex. It hasn't really been dealt with in a meaningful way, and so I have to use the prison system if I believe that you need treatment in a confined environment. I don't want to be unduly punitive. That would be illegal, and I'm going to refrain from doing that. But I am going to use the prison system if that's what's necessary for you to get treatment, to have all of your attention, to not let it be divided. And we're going to do that. I understand that you want to be in custody locally because you want your loved ones to have access to you. Of course, that's natural. But the nature, the extent of your challenges here, Mr. Fox, they're really weighing heavily on the court. And I'm not trying to prolong this process here. We'll be concluded here within, I'd say, 5 or 6 minutes, but I just want the record to know, I want the parties and other interests to know that the court's taking this very serious, because it is one of those threshold cases. We sent Mr. Fox to jail locally. I'm going to say something, some of the court's parting words are going to be before post-conviction rights. You have Huber privileges. If you're not sober all the time, you're going to stay in jail. It's going to be straight time. You're going to have limited access to treatment. We're not going to come back to the courtroom and talk about, well, my friend gave me a pill. I thought it was an aspirin, but it ended up being an illicit substance. That's not I don't know that that's a really good result. And I don't know how likely it is. I can't say for sure. If I say you're going to prison, I guess there's some extraordinary scenario that could play out, or something at a different level of the court system that could play out. But you're going to go to prison. I'm going to make you eligible for programming. And Attorney Granberg is correct. Your sentence could be drastically abbreviated if you meet people halfway, if you do what you're supposed to do. and you're as serious about sobriety as you're suggesting that you are. Not that I hold not that I use an allocution to design a sentence, but that's going to be your opportunity to show, not really me, but show the people in the other part of the courtroom that you're serious about this. You might be able to tell Mr. Fox that I'm still thinking about what's appropriate here, because I have to consider the need to, deter your involvement
Thank you, Kelly.
with
Thank you.
these substances, deter your flouting of court orders. Yes, that's important, but that's not going to directly result in, saying this is all prison worthy. Again, I'm back at that basic consideration or question: do we need the prison system to ensure treatment in a confined environment? And we don't need it to avoid unduly depreciating the gravity of the offense or offenses. And I'm also, hang on. The character component's important too. And when we say character, Mr. Fox, we're talking about your criminal justice back.
I would like to send a screenshot to YouTube again. So if you could, I need you to say it specifically. You can't just say me too. I need you to say, I've had 4 comments deleted today. I've had 3 comments deleted today. If you could just all say that sort of like maybe at the same time, like right now, so I can get it together in like one, I can send that to YouTube. That would really help, because we are in battle right now. I'm 3 levels up on YouTube to help fix these comments being deleted. So if I could just get everybody who had a text deleted today to say that right now, and but be specific. I've had 3 comments deleted. Don't just say me too. Yeah, that's good. Makes me want to give up. I'm just waiting on more. Oof. I bet they were banging comments, guys. We all would have laughed. We all would have cried. And we missed it. We'll never get them back. He had 34 the other day before he left and went to Twitch. Brent had 34 comments deleted. And I counted the comments that day that did go through, and it was like 38. I can't remember exactly. So it was almost 50% of his comments were deleted the other day. I'm about to take the screenshot if we're all good now. Got it. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
Brown, that's your qualities as a human being, but that is going to weigh. That's making prison a little bit more unattractive, or maybe appropriate's the word, maybe not. What were you going to say, counsel?
Mr. Fox wanted to just say one more.
Okay.
As far as the help or counseling and whatnot goes, my mom needs me more than anything right now. I need her.
She needs you, and you need her?
Since we lost my dad on my daughter's birthday.
Okay, I understand that, sir. So she's not going to have access to you if you're dead, right?
I'm sorry, what?
Is she going to have access to you if you're dead?
No, sir.
Okay. See, that's the other
Yes.
part of the calculus. Yeah.
Sir, I never overdosed.
Corporal sentence to Mr. Fox. to 12 months in the Jefferson County Jail with Huber privileges. Were they recommending concurrent to all and any and B?
Yes.
Is there concurrent to each other, any and B, 12 months with Huber privileges? I'm not really even clear where exactly you're gonna end up being housed, but so now I'm gonna sort of repeat myself, Mr. Fox. You have Huber privileges, you have to be absolutely sober. Supposing you're sober right now, but if you're allowed to exercise those privileges, then that's not really in my hands after we're done here today. If you're not sober, what usually happens is somebody at the sheriff's department sends me a letter saying, Mr. Fox, something like Mr. Fox showed up and he refused to provide a sample, or he tested positive for something. And, those go to my file. I don't even respond to them. They're just to protect the file. They're not going to do anything. So. Trust you understand that this is in a way an opportunity. You're a free agent. You could squander it. You could not squander it. So how many days credit to counsel?
I believe the number is 260 days based on according to the sentencing effort that came to the department, he has 4 days credit on case ending 425. He has credit from January 31st, 25 to March 30th.
Oh, sorry.
I believe is 60 days. That's on the case ending 29. He has 5 days credit for time served on the case ending 506. And then he has general additional credit from June, from September 29th until his return to court today, which I calculated as 193 days, for a total of 262.
Did you say 264?
I said 262.
262, Attorney Granberg?
No, Judge, the case ending in 399 is the Dodge County case, not a Jefferson case, so he would not get that hold here. I have a total of 172 days from September 29th to today, plus 4 from 425, 5 from 506, and 15 from 45. So it would be broken down as 176 days on the 425 case, 177 days on the 506 case, and 187 days on the 45 case.
I don't think that's right. I used a calculator to tell me the number of days between September 29th and today, and I think it's 193. I'll redo it.
I just did it.
You just did it, Attorney Granberg?
But he used a calculator.
Right.
What's your total then, Attorney Granberg?
It's 172 days from September 29th of 2025 until yesterday, because today is not included.
And counsel, you think it's 193?
I'm going to do it again just to make sure I could.
Okay. We always put a lot of emphasis on this, Matt, at these proceedings, and I understand that he should know. I get that, but even if we do something wrong here, somebody from DOC will write me.
I was just about to say that, Judge. The jail is going to figure that out, guys. The jail will figure that out
pretty quick. One of their I forget the title, but they'll tell me, Judge, this doesn't look right, and I almost always just defer to them and change the JOC. I guess what I'm saying, Mr. Fox, is you're going to get all of the credit that you're entitled to.
I must have plugged in the numbers wrong. I will concede that it's 172 days from September 29th till today.
173. Include that date and calculation.
Okay. We're going to put 172 on the JOC. And that's what it'll say at the very bottom of that document. Madam Clerk, you need it to correspond to something?
Yes, please, or be broken out between the 3 cases.
What would you like? You want it allocated evenly, or I guess even unevenly across the 3 convictions, or do you just want it on one? What do you want, counsel? You know what we're asking?
Yeah, I understand what you're asking. I'm running in, since it's a concurrent sentence,
Yeah, I always run into this. I think there's some difference in thinking about whether that's necessary, but
187 on all three, fine.
187 will stipulate to 187 on all three.
187 on all three. Okay.
I think that meets what the court is trying to do, and I agree with that.
No, that can't be. Let's see here, everybody. Did you divide 172 by 3, Attorney Granberg?
No, Judge, 172 is on all three of them.
Yeah.
And then the 425, 506, and 45 have pre-sentence credit, but because the court is doing a concurrent time, I think he would be eligible for those other days on all of them.
So just tell me again, what's the council's agreement? Where should these go for each count?
187 on all three cases.
Okay. 187 all three cases, Madam Clerk. I feel like I'm going to be getting a letter from DOC, but that's okay. So, Mr. Fox, you have the right to appeal. Make sure you understand that right. Discuss the right with your attorney. Make sure you know what the deadline is. That's very important. And you are a convicted felon. You can't possess a firearm. If you do, you could be charged with another felony. If you're convicted of that felony, you could be in prison for a significant period of time.
All of them.
And you can't vote in any election until your civil rights are fully restored. What I said about Huber and sobriety. Anything else? That's a good question because it prompts me to say this. It's the jail sentence can be transferred to another county if there's no electronic monitoring that's enabled as a result. There will be no electronic monitoring service style of service of these sentences or the sentences. So I think the short answer is yes. Would you agree, counsel?
I have no objection.
Okay.
Do you want to go to Dodge or is?
You have a preference there, sir?
I have a place to stay in transportation in Walworth County.
Well, that's a different county. You can transfer to Walworth too, so long as EM isn't enabled. It's ultimately up to the two sheriffs, so but, said all I can say about that. Anything else, Attorney Jensen?
That's all I have.
Attorney Granberg?
No, thank you, Judge.
And Madam Clerk?
Outstanding financial obligations.
Outstanding financial obligations convert to, oh, wait a minute here. This is a local sentence. Convert to civil judgment, please, Madam Clerk. Thank you. Good luck, Mr. Fox.
Thank you, sir.
Recess.
They have just enough Wisconsin accent that we can believe that this is Wisconsin, but not enough to be satisfying. Not enough to make Bren say, I don't understand what they're saying. Like the magistrate I get from here.
You have to, this tells you about the DNA. Oh, that goes with you? Okay.
I think that's Mom in the middle. With the black shirt on, blonde hair.
I'll see you in April.
Because she was literally on the edge of her seat the whole time the judge was speaking. I'll see you in April. Does he have another court case? Oh, man. Okay. Eileen, I know you said your sound is off and you can't hear me right now. Because your kitty is sleeping. But I have a suspicion. I have this much of a suspicion that you're about to turn your sound back on.
Good morning, sir. Sir, you were charged with terroristic threat. You're facing up to...
Have you ever heard a really thick Wisconsin accent, Bren?
6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning, Bill. On March 10th, Officer Harris County Dispatch was disturbed with a weapon call. Any witness on scene advised that they were working construction on a ditch when a defendant walked out of a house and approached him carrying a black baseball bat and told the complainant quote, grab your shit and get out of here, and then raised his bat as if he were about to strike him. Complainant advised that he was in fear of bodily injury. Defendant advised officers first that he went out to ask them for a cigarette and then changed his statement to say that he was hitting baseballs and lost one of them.
So what was the threat?
He walked up with a baseball bat, acted like he was gonna hit him, said, get your shit and get out of here.
Is it his house?
I don't know, Judge. Yes, sir. From the dims, that's all we have. The defendant walked out approximately 200 feet west of where the complainant and his crew were working on construction.
So he's a construction worker.
Yes, Judge. The complainant told the defendant they could not leave because they were contracted to do work on the ditch area by the road.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. As a condition of your bond, you're ordered not to have any contact with this witness whatsoever. Stop, just don't. You have the right to remain silent. I've got a bunch of DAs here. Whatever you say, they're going to sit there and try to prove your guilt. So it's best not to say anything. You're also on bond for another case, so, you need to be extremely careful, Mr. Barrera. As a condition of your bond, just do not have contact with this person. You're not to be in possession of any weapons as well. You understand? We are going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm going to have you go sign a reset. I'll have you take a seat in the juror box. I'm going to get your bond conditions. Once you sign them, at that point, you'll be free to go, sir. All right? Come on. Just no contact and no weapons.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir. Sir, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and/or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On March 9th, officer in Harris County observed a motor vehicle traveling at a high rate of speed on I-59. The motor vehicle had a license plate covered and was operating with only one license plate and was verified to be going 87 in a 65-mile-an-hour zone. Officer conducted a traffic stop on the vehicle. Officer detected an odor of marijuana. A probable cause search found a Glock pistol in the driver's side door along with a small green baggie of marijuana.
Does he have a license to drive?
I will write it down, Judge.
Mr. Kumam, all right, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. As a condition of your bond, you were ordered not to be in possession of any weapons. If I find that you do, if you pick up a new case, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand? How old are you, sir? How do you support yourself? Okay. What kind of income do you make monthly? Okay, we're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm going to have you go to sign a reset. We'll have you take your seat in the juror box. I'm going to get your bond conditions. Once you sign them, at that point, you'll be free to go. Okay? When you come back, please have a lawyer. Sir, you are charged with evading arrest or detention. You're facing up to a year in jail and/or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On March 9th, officer in Harris County on patrol observed the defendant loitering at 2111 Fannin Street, a Sunoco gas station that had signs stating no loitering and no trespass. While attempting to approach the defendant quickly walked away and began jaywalking, impeding oncoming traffic, at which point officers attempted to detain the defendant. However, the defendant did not comply with the verbal commands to stop and began evading on foot for about 1,000 feet, at which point the defendant was successfully detained. A clear baggie of synthetic cannabinoids was found in the front sweater pocket.
What's he doing wrong?
Your Honor, I'm gonna
Standing while blind?
I'm gonna stand on the dims here.
I hope not, Jude.
No. I'm gonna find no probable cause to go forward with your case, all right? Just be careful, man. Life's too short, all right? Please. All right, good morning, sir. Do you speak English? Ok, toma asiento, por favor. Pero no te vas. Did you get, Deputy Williams, did you get that fugitive case back there today?
I forgot I put text on the screen and then I made it bigger. I'm an idiot. I forgot. I put he speaks Spanish because every time he speaks Spanish, the chat goes, "Oh my gosh, he speaks Spanish."
He's back there? Great. All right, good morning, Mr. Sandoval.
Good morning.
Sir, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Or wait, is this Ospina or Sandoval?
Sandoval.
You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
On March 10th, 2026, in Harris County, Texas, officer observed a vehicle with no front license plate and expired registration. A traffic stop was conducted and defendant was the passenger in the vehicle. Officer observed marijuana in plain view in the center console and saw defendant pick it up and wrap it up in a napkin he was holding in his other hand. Both defendant and the driver were detained. Defendant and the driver advised the vehicle belonged to defendant and was registered to his wife. A search of the vehicle was conducted. An officer found a green leafy substance in the center console and a firearm in the glove compartment in front of the passenger seat within reach of where defendant was sitting.
So you said the PC was the plain view, right? Is that what you said? Okay. Mr. Sandoval, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. As a condition of your bond, you're ordered not to be in possession of any weapons. If you violate this and I find that you have a weapon, I will revoke your bond and put you in jail. No more PR bonds for you. Do you understand? We are going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'll have you sign a reset. I'm going to have you take a seat.
I don't know if I could do Spain. I bet it's beautiful. I bet it is. But they all speak with a lisp. So their Spanish is different than what we think of as Spanish, what we hear the judge speaking. Because it's Spain, it's from Spain, and they speak with a lisp when they speak. I would struggle with that one.
The juror box will get your bond conditions. Once you sign them, at that point, you'll be free to go.
It is pre-trial bond.
Yeah, just no weapons, please. And oh, does he have a license to drive?
I'm running it right now.
Please.
Sherry.
Yeah, let's do
I'll
it.
say it. Your Honor, his license is not eligible.
Okay. So also no driving in there, please. And then when he comes to sign up, we'll have him sign this as well. You are not allowed to drive. You are not allowed to drive. You don't have a license. You're signing a promise with me, an affidavit that you're not going to drive. You understand?
I love that song, Eileen.
Get a license and insurance. Stop.
There's no weapons and no driving.
Correct. And then this is Ospina, right?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you are charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On March 10th, 2026, in Harris County, Texas, officer responded to a code 1 call. Complainant stated she was in a dating relationship with defendant for 2 years.
I have a better translator, Bran. It doesn't always work, but it works a lot of the time. See, like, Like in Spanish, la ventana means banana.
And it stated one of their mutual friends offered to have sexual intercourse for helping her with her immigration status. Defendant agreed because of being jealous and aggressive because he believed complainant was sleeping with their friends. Defendant started banging on her door. When she answered the door, defendant grabbed her by the hair and was yanking her left and right. Defendant also damaged the driver's side mirror of her vehicle. The cost to repair it, $300. Complainant stated she felt pain when defendant grabbed her by the hair. Complainant 2, the younger brother of complainant, heard the commotion between complainant and defendant. Complainant 2 left the bedroom to defend his sister.
Damn, my translator didn't work, guys. So that is absolutely not what it means in Spanish. You all were supposed to say, nah, it means window, it means window, it means window. And none of you did. Usually my translator is on point, Bren. When I say something incorrect, chat got my back. and when I was making a point with you right now, it just didn't. It just left me high and dry.
Because it was not the first time defendant was aggressive towards his sister. Complainant 2 and defendant got into a verbal altercation before they started fighting and punching each other in the face.
Mr. Ospina, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. As a condition of your bond, you were ordered not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case. You are also not to be in possession of any weapons. You are not allowed to go where she lives or where she works, anywhere. If you violate this condition, I will put you in jail. No more PR bonds for you. I don't know what your immigration status is, but if you're not in this country with permission and you go to jail and immigration finds you, they will put a detainer on you and you will be stuck like Chuck in there until this case is over, and then you get shipped off to immigration. You'll probably be sitting there a good 9 months. Do you understand me? There is a protective order that's been issued and you need to get to know it. If you violate the protective order, the state can and probably will file additional charges against you. A violation of a protective order is one of the worst cases you can pick up. We are going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm going to have you sign a reset, and then I will have you take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. Once you sign them, at that point, you'll be free to go. No contact and no weapons, please.
No contact with both complainants?
Just the one he's charged with.
You're just this one? Just which one?
Oh, the bond condition that you're signing now is you're not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case. That is a Miss Ortega Martinez. I don't care what you have to do. I don't care that your clothes are over there. If you go over there, you are in violation of this and they can file additional charges against you. I'm going to protect my city at all costs. I don't care who you are. You violate these conditions, things will go sideways extremely quick.
It's like I don't even know any of you. It's like you're all strangers all of a sudden.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Come on. Thank you. Yeah, just, yeah. I don't think I had anything for you today.
There were 2 arraignments that I did have questions on.
Which just last names.
Barrera and Sanchez.
So both of those are state's conditions. And what was the second one?
Sandoval.
Yeah, both of those are state conditions, so you don't need to do anything.
They already had pre-trial conditions for the magistrate.
What were they?
For Barrera, he has to get a RF device that monitors curfew. And then he also has like a no contact and address restriction. I believe random testing.
Is that part of the felony case as well?
I do not know if it's on the phone. I think it's for Barrera. You can take it.
Because dude's got a stalking case, so I don't know if those are possible conditions that are coupled with the stalking. If on both of those, if any of those are connected to the felony cases, keep them. If not, then we don't need them.
I have the for Barrera. There's a GPS monitor in his felony.
Okay, so just leave it on then. Yeah.
Well, he has a GPS in his felony, but he has a RF device in the misdemeanor. So the RF device only monitors the curfew, not the location. Did you want to change it?
What kind of curfew did they give him?
They gave him,
He doesn't have a curfew on the stalking?
he has a 9 p.m. to 5 a.m.
On stalking?
Yes.
So just mirror the felony condition then.
And then, Sandoval is from the
Because he's got an open felony as well. Does he have felony conditions on
I
both?
can take a look at that. No, that conditions are different. The felony requires have
This is called science.
GPS, and the misdemeanor doesn't have a GPS and it does have regular testing, or different testing.
Okay, I think the testing's a good idea, but we'll take the other one off. Yeah.
Well done.
I think.
Well done, champ. Well done. YouTube doesn't care if I swear in Spanish at all. It let all of them in like it was nothing.
Just last name.
John,
Okay,
K-A-H-A.
okay.
So this is one that's set on the 31st of March, and my notes just say that we were supposed to planning today and talk about it with you. I'm assuming
The separate trial, the 31st?
this trial is set for the 31st.
Okay.
So this,
Any issues you got with the case?
no, nothing right now, other than we are set in court 10 as well.
You're set in every court every day, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right. We'll just keep you and then we'll see,
Okay.
you know, and then we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Just be ready though.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Good.
Sure, of course.
They all mean you look lovely. It's just in different languages.
Good morning. I'm here every day, it feels like.
That's okay.
It's the same gentleman, Mr. Cornett. You had wanted us to verify, or you wanted pre-trial services to verify employment based on the letter that I gave them. And then there were, I guess, no notes written down about what exactly the amended conditions would be. So I wanted to make sure that I had understood the court correctly.
So what it is I never want to prevent someone from working, but I want to know that they're actually working. So what we do in this case is we verify that he's got a job there. And then we need to know how far it is from his house to the job site. And then from the job site, he goes home. So he cannot go to Burger King. He cannot go to 7-Eleven. He can't go to a bar, a nightclub. He goes to work and then back home. That's it. So I want to minimize, and it's only for those actual days. It's not for every single day of the week. I think it was like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or
That's correct.
something like that. Okay.
And we would
That's
carve
it.
out the exception, because he does have a curfew and a GPS, and so we would carve out the exception in both of those to
Sure.
make sure he's not getting in trouble.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and then the amended orders,
With the signature.
with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Perfect. Thank you, Judge. I
Yes, ma'am.
appreciate it.
Of course.
Hey.
Hey. Yes, good morning. Hey, Manny, what's up, man?
Good, how you doing?
What's up?
I'm here for.
Just the last name.
Yes, Rosales. Yes.
Okay.
So he has two cases, same transaction over the state. I think we're requesting.
It's not old though. I don't care. Whatever you want.
Okay, well, Your Honor, I'm here because he has a GPS monitor. He's had it, I think, since the case.
Let me see.
Had issues getting employment. His father has a job here.
I think it's just because of me. I'm allowed to say anything I want on my channel, and YouTube is not going to yeet it. So I can't. The test failed because of the subject matter. We would need a different subject, and we know that it works. It works for me, but it does not work. So yeah, YouTube speaks all languages.
But it's in Alabama. He doesn't have any restrictions besides the GPS. Essentially, he'll be working at a refinery, but just doing entry level, like cleaning the 18-wheelers and helping deliver parts.
I've heard him say ass, shit, and hell.
Why is it coming up as mills? 259-3613, right? Or 3616.
259.
I got it. What do you think?
My issue is I don't want him to.
No, he's got to understand that if he takes off, he becomes a fugitive, and then he'll sit in jail for months waiting just to get extradited back to Houston.
He would move.
Well, so,
No, he's not going to move. I mean, he's saying he's going to work.
right. So essentially, he's been trying to get jobs here, but with GPS.
Dude, your songs are amazing.
So his family, his mother is upset that he's not working or making money right now. Essentially, he's living with his aunt, not doing anything. So she wants to go work. His dad says, I have a job for you in Alabama.
Okay.
Um,
All right. Just, if there's an issue, then, we'll take the appropriate action. All right, we'll take it off.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Just let her know, and then we'll waive the signature as well.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, of course. You made it.
Judge, can you hear me?
I got you loud and clear.
Judge, unfortunately, I found out late yesterday afternoon that my client has a federal warrant out of Wisconsin. And so I spoke to him, and the end result is we're not going to proceed on a bond. We'll just wait till the feds pick him up, which they probably will within the next 48 hours.
Did you know about this?
I did not know about it.
Oh, I'm talking to state.
I'm sorry.
Whether the state knew. Did you know about this?
Sure, let me try to pull it up. I mean, I'm only seeing the warrants out of King County, Illinois, Your Honor. So we'll move you. I'm not paying for the feds.
To be brutally honest, Your Honor.
Yeah. Are you able to post a bond in the federal case or no?
No.
No?
No, not at all. But to be brutally honest, he'd rather go with on the Fed side till they could throw in everything from the states, especially the case in here in the 263rd. Once the feds pick him up.
Okay.
So, if I may, let me. I'm trying to see if I have it. Yes, I do. Is the state by chance listening?
Yeah, they're right here.
Okay, maybe they want to write this down. This is in the United States District Court of the Eastern District of Wisconsin. Case number.
What? Eastern District of what?
Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin.
Case number is 24-CR-027. he is one among 7 other co-defendants. And what I'm reading is the indictment. I'm reading it from the indictment. So perhaps someone from the district attorney's office might want to call the U.S. attorney's office and tell them they have somebody in custody. That way they can proceed to pick him up.
So I don't know how the feds work, if they'll still pick him up, even though he's got the case upstairs in the 263rd. Will they wait for that to finish, or they don't care?
Oh, no. They don't care. They'll pick him up.
This is peanuts or what?
Immediately. This is peanuts to them.
Okay.
Especially since he's absconded since 2023.
Oh, Jesus. Wouldn't it be funny? Do you guys remember when Judge Eric Johnson in Colorado, in Denver, he had an inmate, okay? And they were going through the process, but he had him in custody. So he didn't go to trial yet. He didn't plead yet. He was awaiting, going through that process. And Judge Eric Johnson had him in custody and had a bail high enough that this person could not bond out, which I don't think he could bond out anyway, because he had a federal hold on them. And do you remember, he rented this guy. The federal government came, and judge says, yeah, you can have him for 3 days. And they took him. And then they didn't give him back. And the lawyers came and said, they're just not giving him back, Judge. And the judge is like, I want him back now. I want you to get him back now. I will make sure that you get him back right now. Do not worry. They do not get to keep him. They were only supposed to have him for 3 days. 3 days later, he was in front of Judge Eric Johnson. Judge, I don't know what he did behind the scenes, but he got him back just like that. I miss him. He should be back in June or July. I'm guessing. I mean, I watch the Colorado dockets a lot, and I watch how they cycle through their judges. Sometimes they take a judge off, and they're a year, 2 years, 3 years in civil. And then sometimes they take a judge off, and in 6 months, they're back in criminal again. And we've seen Eric do trials, and that's important. So the judges that are only doing, first appearances all day, they tend to stay longer in civil. But the judges that do trials, they come back quicker. I can't read one. Oh, hi, Dry Floor.
Did he waive?
Yes, Judge, he waived, so if he wants to keep the waiver, then we'll just be resetting it to track locals because he has not made bond on his forgery case.
Okay, I think that's what he said. He'll just keep the waiver. So
it's fine.
Here, the way it works, we'll just reset it for after the local, and we'll just kind of keep track of it. I presumably what'll happen is when the feds do end up picking him up, Joe, this will end up getting dismissed.
Right. And I'll probably, if that happens, I will find out. His family will call me or he'll call me. And I will certainly email the state and tell them he's no longer in Harris County Jail.
So for now, we'll just put them on for they're upstairs, it's 416. So you want to do 417, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you,
my friend.
Thank you so much.
Take care,
Sorry
bud.
for my tardiness.
Hey, we're happy you made it. Really. Happy you made it.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, brother. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Hey, ready?
I want to know, are we still going on Mr. Barretos?
I don't have a court reporter.
Okay.
Ramona's out sick.
Yeah.
And I haven't even seen JP. Have you seen him?
No, I haven't seen John Paul for you.
You did? Did you let him know that she's out sick?
I don't see a problem on my side. Are you all getting white circles? Oh, 7 seconds. Gotcha. I'm gonna press play.
You can't go anyways. I don't have a reporter, so, I mean, pick a day later this week. And, whatever you want. Doesn't matter to me.
That sounds good.
Hey,
Mr. Michael Washington, he was accepted for PTI.
Washington is the last name?
Yes.
Okay.
He's driven
It's retaliation, because I just sent them a nasty letter. It's a retaliation white circle. They're like, oh, you're going to complain you can't chat? Well, now you can't watch either.
Yeah, to go through CRS today. And then.
Great, so we'll set you about 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the last one is, Williams, Williams.
Okay.
For him, everything is done. He's occupied the DAP. He has some advice. The only issue is he sent us the application. My office just.
I'm rolling it day for day. It's 254 days old.
That's
We'll
fine.
roll till tomorrow, and then he's gonna have to keep coming every day until it gets done.
Okay.
Sorry. So we'll roll it again. Okay,
Thank you.
thanks.
Yo, they should watch me. Just like we're watching the chair right now. It's just a mini chair watch for nostalgia.
Hi, Trey.
Hey, Judge. Coach.
Happy Tuesday.
Tuesday, yes, it is.
How goes it? Is this our better young gentleman?
Yes, it is. City Anderson. So, right now, I'm just gonna get Richie to see if he can score a bond reduction on his aggravated robbery, he do have $25,000 bond. So we are at, I believe, 250,000. Could we knock him down?
What do you think?
I'm so sorry.
It said the last name is,
Robinson,
yeah.
195-4648.
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
Sorry about that. Thank you.
No worries, I just, it's my fault.
What do you think?
He proposed the release of the bond, he picked up the aerosol bottle and bond for 2 weeks. For a class.
The ag rob. I don't know. What's reasonable?
To $5,000.
To what?
$5,000.
They were lower before he picked up the ag rob,
Were they?
or
They were.
probably right at.
He are.
I mean, it's,
Well, this would be sure it's different when it's someone's own money. I do know, I mean, he's still sitting in a $25,000 bond. I know that after talking to his family, it's even something that they probably not gonna be able to make
on just the 25,000.
on just 25,000, because if they would have, she said they would have already done it.
I guess I'll match the felony bond. I'll do 25,003.
Need to,
No, he's shown over and over that he's just, he scares me.
and there's 2
You know?
cases, so.
Two cases with us.
On each one.
Yeah, on each. Yeah, each 25 and 3. Yeah, but How is he?
Thank you.
How is he?
He's okay. He's safe.
Are there are 3 other co-defendants, right?
They say there's an alleged 3, but I skimmed the reports and there's like 6.
Okay.
3 to 6.
If he does bond out, we need to have strict conditions. I mean,
Okay.
like, I already had him on a curfew now. This was alleged like at 4 o'clock, right? Or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the aggro, right?
Yes, but it
Sean? So,
it was before. This allegedly occurred before we had them.
do you know what they, if any conditions they put on them upstairs? As far as, let's see.
They don't have available conditions. They just have the general, right.
They didn't put any conditions?
I know, I'm looking at this and magistrate requested a $50,000. Public defender requested 25,000, and then I just don't have.
Dude, these no conditions have been filed.
It looks like the magistrate said the 25,000, and then.
Did the magistrate put any conditions on it?
And
It's a mask. If he wants to wear a mask, he wear a
maybe
mask.
it's just not uploaded. I mean, I find it odd, but.
Veronica, hey, the last name, he's in custody now, is Robinson?
Yes.
Did the felony court put any conditions on him? Can you check? Because I don't see anything listed. Maybe you have more access. I don't know.
So here's my reason why I think they didn't put conditions is because I've been tracking it daily. And when they appointed him counsel, he had not gone up to felony court.
I might be alive. Lemon. Maybe. But not the judge, because it's 5:11 a.m. where he lives.
It was an odd thing.
So their lawyer has been up
He didn't
there?
go to felony court. They just appointed him an attorney.
And he's not been to court at all?
That's my understanding.
Because he's reset to May.
May.
Bren, this chicken broth is delicious, by the way.
Unless I'm missing something and they just like but he's in jail, so I don't see how they would bring him up without being on docket. So I'm not sure.
I still states motion for bond conditions on March.
Right, I see,
Yeah,
I
so
see
that's
the
what it
file,
is.
but nothing's signed, we just,
But that's the PC court. That was at PC court, actually. So I'm not sure.
okay.
I don't see any notes in my system. I don't see anything in felony court. I don't see the misdemeanor conditions. I can send a message up to the jail.
No, don't. We don't want to mess with him. So I would say just if he does.
Holy Hannah, Maria. It is so lovely seeing you in Top Chat. I just don't know how to express how lovely it is to finally be able to see you in Top Chat on this account.
Bond out?
He just hasn't, I really think he doesn't have conditions there. I think he hasn't been to them.
Okay, home confinement.
Okay.
And GPS prior to release, home confinement, no weapons. I guess that's it.
Okay.
Same,
And
Bren. Food is terrible. Same. But chicken broth is really good.
no drugs, no alcohol, obviously. Yeah, so I'll reduce it to the same, the 25,003 on both.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Yeah, absolutely, of course.
Do you want to keep the prior condition?
No, just home confinement.
Monica, it's been, over a week now? Brent must hate every little thing and everybody right now. Liquid diet for that long? Yeah. I would not be a pleasant person to be around. I just wouldn't.
Yes, sir.
Hey, bud, what's up?
Hey, I'm back again on Eduardo Guerrero. I know I saw you yesterday and I forgot to approach you about
Yeah,
this
we
case.
put it
'Cause I
on for
was so concerned
today.
about the
What do you
other
want
one.
to
Yes,
do with
sir.
that?
Well, we're still waiting to find out what the state says about his PTI application. We had originally just submitted the mitigation packet, and then we didn't realize that the state had moved to their whole online application system. So we submitted the online application. We're just waiting on Chief to say yay or nay.
So I've got a note from Bernadette, PTI was denied as of yesterday.
Okay, that's news to us. So I'll need to talk with the client and see whether he wants to take the last best offer.
So
or
I'll set you off a week, okay? And then just, see what the state has to offer, and then in a week, just let us know what you want to do.
Okay, and depending on what he says, can I communicate with the court and maybe get perspective? He's been carried day for day for the last couple of weeks. Not every day, obviously, but he's missed enough work that it's beginning to be a problem for him. So if we can reach a deal, can I schedule it off for a plea setting in a month or so? And if it's a trial,
you're already at 200 days, Philip. I'll give you 2 weeks, okay?
Okay.
But I'm not doing, because then you're at 230 days and then we're going to need, no. I'll give you 2 weeks, but at that point, we need to know what you guys want to do. You guys got to accept it, or, if you're going to appeal this thing, you need to get it done now.
Sure.
But by 2 weeks, let us know what you want to do, please.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. I do understand, Judge. Just trying to make sure the client doesn't lose his job. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay, man.
All right. Thank you.
Hold on. Let me get your date.
Okay.
How's the 31st?
Let me see.
Or any day that week. I don't care. Any day but Friday.
Okay. Let's see. That's really kind of the only day. Because I'm set for a trial that's not going in Brazoria. There's probably going to be a plea in Brazoria on Monday. Tuesday, I'm in Galveston in the morning, Denton in the afternoon, which I don't know how that's going to work. Wednesday, my son has a doctor's appointment in the morning that's going to probably make...
Bren, we only measure drugs in kilos. So what you're telling me is you lost your drugs. That is good news. It's going to come right back on next week. But that is actually bad news. It's just bad news all around. It's all bad news. That sucks.
Yeah, hard for me to get back in time for docket. Thursday is my anniversary. I always try to take off my anniversary.
Then I'll put you on Friday then.
Okay, thank you, Judge. I do have Friday open. Thank you.
Just clear trial on that day, all right?
You got it.
So 3-3. Sorry, 4-3.
All
right.
April 3rd is Good Friday.
April 3rd is Good Friday, so it's got to be another day, man.
Okay, let's see. Let me delete that. If we can go into the next week, the 7th.
That's the problem is we've kept doing that, man.
Let's see. The week before is the week of the 23rd. That's next week. I'm preferentially set in Brazos County next week on Monday, so there's a good chance that I'm not going to be available at all next week, just because I'll be in trial on an ag kidnapping sexual assault case.
So my biggest problem, Brent, is you are not getting any nutrition on a liquid diet. I understand you just tried to eat solid foods and it was a bad idea. I get it. But you have to get some kind of nutrition. You can't just keep 3 to 5 days, clear liquids, fine. You've passed that point. And I know the doctor said you had to stay there, and I know that you did try solid foods and it went bad. I know. But take a vitamin. I don't know if it's gonna work, but do so. Oh, I don't know what you're gonna do.
What day do you want?
I can do the 7th.
Okay, Philip.
Thank you. I appreciate you
I'm not
commenting.
giving you any more resets after that time. That's
Understood.
it. It doesn't matter what it is. It's clear trial on that day.
You got it.
All right.
Thank you.
Hey.
Okay, you can't have pulp. It's something you can chew on. You need something. What about Jell-O? You can fake chewing on something if you have Jell-O. Maybe. That's clear liquid. It's not any nutrition, but it might satisfy. I hope your gum will help you. Chew. Just chewing is mentally important to human beings. But you do need some kind of nutrition.
And this about dates and wanted to see if next Thursday would work.
Sure.
It's not just the doctors telling him he can't eat. It's his own body. His own body refuses solid food right now.
The only thing is we need to just make sure that Ramona's going to be here on that day, because I don't know. But assuming she is, then yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, Mr. Haggard, how are you, man?
Hi, good morning, Judge. How are you? Doing fine.
What's up with you?
Judge, I have a fella, he's got a DWI, first DWI, blood test, no accident, named David Safari, and the case number is 2610423.
No, he doesn't have a virus.
2610423.
Yes, sir. 2610423. David Safari. Okay, so he is due to come in this Friday on the preliminary initial docket, and his son is getting married in Atlanta, Georgia, and they plan on driving. Takes 2 days to drive there. And could we reset the case till Wednesday? He would be back on Wednesday.
My only problem is that he's probably has bond conditions that he's not allowed to consume alcohol.
Yes,
so
sir.
He needs to understand that even though it's his marriage or the marriage, he's not allowed to consume alcohol.
Yes, sir.
Can he come in earlier?
I know you're going to say no, but can you have milk? You can have chocolate milk. I don't think you can have milk, though. So you can't have chocolate milk. Try putting the chocolate powder in water and see how that tastes.
Well, Judge, they're planning on driving this afternoon to begin the drive to go there, because it takes several days to drive. They're driving rather than flying. The family is. They're going together, and his daughter is very close to him. His daughter is very close.
Just remember, please advise him and that, he's going to get tested. If he tests positive for anything, it's not going to go well for him, okay?
Yes, sir. And
if you need to 1v1 someone, if you need to get into a fight with someone to feel better, just text me. Just get in Discord. Call me all kinds of names. We can get into a fight. Liquid diet fun. Nice, because I can get water for free and keep the $2. Thank you. Thank you, V.
I mean, he could come in as early as Tuesday if they kind of rush to get back. So Tuesday.
I don't care, Carl. It's up to you, but just he's
Wednesday.
under conditions. So if he
Yes,
goes
sir.
to the thing and he's drinking,
Yes, sir.
he's going back to jail. He needs to know that.
Yes, sir.
So you need to
Absolutely,
advise him,
Judge.
okay?
He'll be fine, Judge. I'll make that known to his daughter and his family. And we can test him when he comes in on Wednesday.
Okay. All right, Carl. We'll put it in the reset for you. Okay.
Great. Thank
see
you
you
very
Wednesday.
much, Judge. Thank you.
Got
See
it,
you
man.
then, Judge. You have a great weekend.
You too. Take care.
Bye-bye.
So, you know how when we watch these court cases, songs pop into our heads from something they say? Is there like one song that pops into your head, or two, more than any other songs when you're watching these court cases? I actually have two songs. They say Robinson all the time. So, obviously. But there's another one that I wonder if that's like Inshore. Milo. That's good. That makes me feel better, Brad. Whew. There's one other song, and I don't even know if any of you are even going to know it. You might. It's possible. Y'all old enough. You're old enough to know it. Do you remember the Fat Boys? No, not that old. Do you remember the Fat Boys? They had that jailhouse rap song. So when, like, in jail, when I hear In Jail, that song just plays right in my head all the time. It's the number one song that goes through my head when I'm watching court. But that's okay, because I like that song. So I don't care if it keeps playing in my head. You're old. Okay, just because you're not as old as we are does not mean you're not old. You are old. You're older than Google. You can claim that you are older than Google. All right, Bren, I have one question for you. One. In the past 3 days, how many 6-7s did you do? See? You're old. If you haven't 6-7 in the last couple days, you're old. That's just what it means. I don't make the rules. I just follow them. You're older than Google too, Eileen. You just are. And we are all smarter than Google. Yeah, the jailhouse rap. In jail. I'm in jail without no bail. Yep. At least for a day. Sure. Now you're old and lying. Alright, guys, we made it to the end. Oh, today's Friday. So, hi, Walter. So it's Friday, so we can not work for a couple days. And that'll be fine. I hope you do have a great day. I get to go work tonight. I get to work tonight and I get to work tomorrow. And I'm so happy about that. So, Maria, man, you're old. Everybody pick on Maria and tell her she's old. We're all old. Who else would watch court cases? Alright, guys, behave. Behave, behave. I'll see y'all again soon. Bye, guys.
Well, I thought I'd write a happy song. I found a chat room where I belong. You don't know how much it means to me. With such a groove, I'm less lonely. Oh, Kathy's the creator. joy she can't hide.